Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is Thursday, and our Thursday is, as always, dedicated to food stories, food news from nutrition world, origin stories of really cool food products, food brands, or food technologies that ultimately gonna improve your health in your life and help you to make better food choices. Today is dedicated to food news. There are a few news that I really want you to pay attention to, and the most important is I want you to take action. News number 1. Study. Sugar-sweetened drinks increase risk of death. According to new research in the American Heart Association journal, frequently drinking beverages sweetened with sugar increases mortality risk from cardiovascular disease and cancer. The study also found that consumers had a slightly lower risk of dying if they substituting one sugary drink a day with an artificially sweetened drink. The finding was negated for women who drank 4 or more artificially sweetened drinks a day. Soda and other sweetened drinks, like sports drinks, still represent the single largest source of added sugar in U.S. diet, even though consumption has reduced during the last decade. So, the action that you want to take, because of the news, guys, is stop drinking your sugar-sweetened beverages. And that doesn't only go to sodas, guys. If you're drinking tea sweetened with sugar, same shit. And if your sugary drink says sports drink on its label, it means shit. It just means it's sugary water with a little bit more vitamins and minerals. That's it. Still sugary water. And even American Heart Association, and I am sure they're gonna have a huge pushback from soda industry and all the sweetened drinks industry. But yeah, sugary drinks cause cardiovascular disease and cancer. So this is news number 1. News number 2, kind of just surprising discovery. I've recently read this article in the National Geographic, their article dedicated to different food issues or food problems that we have in our society. And this particular article was dedicated to obesity epidemic and surprising facts about this obesity epidemic. So what is not surprising, that is, we as society were increasing our calories, and especially calories from processed food. And we increased it in the past 40-50 years, somewhere around 26%. That is a big number. So somewhere around 759 calories plus we started consuming as a society. What is surprising about that, guys, and that you want to really pay attention to, only 54 of those 759 calories come from added sugars that we started to consume more. Most of those calories, or somewhere around 700 calories, come from vegetable oils like sunflower, safflower, soybean oil, canola, cottonseed, corn oil. And you might be thinking, well, I don't really consume that. Well, guess what, guys? If you consume any kind of processed food, if you consume any kind of low quality, healthy food, that comes in a package and that has added oils to that, if you consume roasted nuts, that are not specified that they are dry roasted. If you consume food from health food stores, from prepared food section, from any restaurant and any cafe and even Whole Foods, when they say cooked with olive oil, if you take that actually prepared dish, like for example roasted Brussels sprouts, if you look at the actual label when you buy the food, when it's printed out, you can see olive oil and canola oil. So most probably you are consuming that oil unless you cook all of your food yourself. And that's what I do. So I get Whole Foods, I cook it, or somebody else cooks it for me, and somebody else who I'm 100% sure does not use that vegetable oils. So 700 plus calories people started to consume from vegetable oils, and a lot of people don't even know what those vegetable oils are. People think, aren't those like coconut and olive oil? No, those are actually good oils. Vegetable oils is a very confusing term, and it is related to sunflower, safflower, soybean oil, cottonseed, corn oil, canola oil. So those are the oils that might be the leading cause of obesity, guys. So if you started to consume more of those, the chances are your waistline is growing, and it's not going to stop unless you stop vegetable oils and added sugars, of course, and all the processed food. But anyway, vegetable oils, guys, pay attention to what you eat and the ingredient list. And then some lighter news for today, guys. So today or yesterday was released 2 new lists, Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. Dirty Dozen is a list of vegetables, fruits, and greens that have the most pesticides when it comes to non-organic produce. And Clean 15 is the list of vegetables, fruits, and greens that have the least, even for non-organic produce, the least pesticides. So, Dirty Dozen, big news. Kale got on the list. And it is number 3 after strawberries and spinach. So, kale is number 3 vegetable or, green that has the most pesticides when it comes to non-organic produce. So probably you do want to get your kale organic. And by the way, guys, washing does not remove any pesticides. The organization that creates those lists, before they test their produce, they also wash it and dry it really well. So buy organic, at least your favorite kale. And if you get any green juice with kale, make sure that they also use only organic produce, because in juice you get even more and fast in your system. What about Clean 15 use? Well, mushrooms made it into the Clean 15 list. So your button mushrooms, your portobello mushrooms have their 14th on the list, and they replaced mangoes. So mangoes used to be pretty good too, now not that anymore. The champions on Clean 15 are avocados. So even when you buy non-organic avocados, they probably have none to very little pesticides. And then sweet corn. But then with sweet corn, it's not sprayed with pesticides because most of it is non-GMO, or most of it is GMO. Sorry. So be aware that, if you're trying to avoid GMO products, that do not buy that much corn. Buy your corn still organic, even though it might not have pesticides, but non-organic corn, most of it is GMO, genetically modified organism. So that's it for today, guys. Short, sweet, and light episode on the most important news from food and nutrition world that can save your health. But of course, only if you act on them. So to recap, news number 1 and your action step. Avoid sugary drinks, even when it says sports drinks, or if it's artificially sweetened drink and says 0 or whatever. Make your sugary drinks score 0. So that is your action step. News number 3, vegetable oils like sunflower, safflower, soybean, canola, cottonseed, corn oil might be the leading cause of obesity epidemic. And you might be eating a lot of it even when you don't know about it or when you don't buy it yourself and don't cook with it. So pay attention to all the ingredients that go into your packaged foods, and also make sure that where you eat, they do not use vegetable oils. Or another hack that I use is I just get either steamed or roasted without any kind of oils. And when I get a salad, I ask for olive oil and lemon juice on the side. So those are my tricks when I eat out to not consume any vegetable oils. And when you get your nuts, get them dry roasted. And light news, buy your kale organic because it got on the dirty dozen list and has the most pesticides after strawberries and spinach. And get your mushrooms and avocados too. They are all on clean 15 and you don't even have to spend more money on organic buying those foods. That's it for today, guys. I love you all. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow about all the lessons I've learned when it comes to weight loss, fat loss, after I tried all the diet. And I've tried a lot, and not for like months or 2, but for years. So vegan, raw vegan, paleo, bodybuilding diet, the low carb, keto diet, I've tried a lot of them, and I'm going to tell you about my mistakes that you shouldn't do if you want to succeed on those diets. Thank you for listening, guys. Have an amazing Thursday. Have an amazing end of the week. Crush it, feel better, look better, and as always, eat better daily. And that, by the way, gonna make you feel better and look better by default.